Hey gang, James back. This is the Movie Reviewers 100, a great collaboration with a bunch of great reviewers and a great week. This is Ben Affleck week. What can I say about Ben, man? He's really coming out, man. He's really surprising me. He's making good movies, he's directing great movies, and he's really coming to become the actor that he needs to be. He's done a lot of good stuff lately. He's always really done good stuff. A lot of people have given him crap, myself included. I stayed away from Jersey Girl for so long after Al's review on it. Though I'm gonna next time I see it out, I'm gonna have to buy it cheap because I don't trust myself enough yet with it. But if I do see it at a pawn shop or buy it used, I will get it and I'll watch it just for you, Al, because I think that was an excellent review and you talked me into it. The movie I chose was it was for a bunch of different reasons. One, I'm swamped with work this week. It's my training week for the year. I got a lot of stuff to do. So I had to pick something that I really knew without having to maybe rewatch it. I did actually get to rewatch it, so it was good. But just in case I needed something that I do know and something that I could compare some stuff to. The movie I picked was Daredevil. Of course, this is the director's cut. This is the only way to watch this film, unless you have the Blu-ray. But this is the best version of the DVD. It's got about 30 minutes extra in it with some courtroom stuff that's really interesting. When I first heard of Daredevil becoming a movie, now we all know, yeah, I work in a prison, but I also own a comic book shop in my hometown, and I've read comic books for going on 30 years now, maybe even longer, maybe 32, 33 years now. I've not always been the biggest Marvel fanboy. I'm a big fan of DC Comics, but I do enjoy a lot of Marvel, one being the Hulk and Spider-Man especially. Hulk is where I started, and Spider-Man as well. I have every issue of the Hulk except for the first 6. But I have off and on read Daredevil, but Daredevil is a character that I can only read depending on the writer. And if I know when you think of comic books, you're thinking of the pictures and stuff like that, but there's a fine line between novels and comics to me, and I always follow the writers. I don't really care what the art looks like. There's been some really crappy art in Hulk, and I've always read it because of the writing staff, and certain writers I do follow. Daredevil is one of those characters that has to have a good writer. Not anybody can just write Daredevil. Recently, the best Daredevil writer being Brubaker. He's going on to do Captain America and Winter Soldier and stuff like that, but he was amazing, did an amazing story run on Daredevil. Of course, everybody knows of Frank Miller's run on Daredevil that reads comics or knows anything about comics. It was truly brilliant. His story basically is what this movie incorporates. Kevin Smith, who I'm not a huge fan of Kevin Smith. A lot of the times there's some things that I give him a lot of props for that he does do good, but he relaunched Daredevil about maybe 8 or 9 years ago, and his run on Daredevil was amazing. It started me reading Daredevil again. So let's talk a little about Daredevil, the character, and in the movie. Daredevil is a superpowered being. He is Matt Murdock is his alter ego. He is a lawyer. He's blind, and he's blind because of an accident to deal with chemicals. Now, there are different ways that this has been told. One was a truck wrecked and chemicals went in his eyes. You know, there's numerous ways that this is told. This focuses on his father is a washed-up boxer trying to make ends meet, and gets killed. And when he gets killed, he is young Matt recognizes a scent or whatever, because by this time he's already had the accident with the chemicals. He's already been training himself to be a better blind person, technically, not necessarily a superhero at this point, but he has noticed that he has better senses than normal. He can hear and he can smell, and he's found that he has a type of radar that he can use to basically see every image. If he makes a noise, or he'll tap his cane and the waves will go out and he'll see it. And this movie focuses on Daredevil finding the female lead, Jennifer Garner, who Ben is married to now, of Elektra, who is a female assassin, if you will. Everything about this screams Frank Miller to me. It's got the Kingpin in it, and we'll talk about that in a minute. The main villain, besides the Kingpin, is Bullseye, played by Colin Farrell. I am a fairly big Colin Farrell. He's a guilty pleasure of mine as far as an actor. I don't think he's like A-list or anything, but I do like a lot of his movies, and I especially enjoyed him as Bullseye, even though I don't think he really did the best Bullseye that you could do. Bullseye's a little bit meaner, a little bit more psychotic, more of a psychopath than this Bullseye was, even though he was pretty rough. I just don't think he was all that. Jennifer Garner played a great Elektra. Even the movie Elektra, I didn't hate. I'm one of those weird comic book guys that I won't hate on a movie just because it's not just like the comic book. I enjoy it because I'm finally getting to see it. Like when Green Lantern came out, I was mad that Ryan Reynolds was playing Hal Jordan, because I am such a huge Green Lantern fan. But then as I thought about it, I just agreed with myself, saying, hey, at least I'm getting a Green Lantern movie. At least I'm getting to see it on the big screen. And it wasn't terrible. Same thing with Daredevil. Do I think Ben Affleck was the best pick for Daredevil? Not when it happened. Later on, as I've watched more of his movies and I've went back and rewatched Daredevil, yeah, I think he was a really good pick. He did a great job. Could there be other people? Yeah. If I had to pick a Daredevil, it would actually be my same pick as Hal Jordan, Matthew Fox. He really looks the part. The guy from Lost. He was my pick for Hal Jordan. Of course, they didn't listen to me. He would have been a good Daredevil too. But I'm happy with what Ben Affleck did. I really enjoyed this. Michael Clark Duncan, rest in peace, buddy. I think did an outstanding job with this role. While I don't understand why they made the Kingpin an African American guy. I was fine with it. He pulled it off. I think it was maybe a little bit too much thug into it, but as far as that goes, that's just a small overlookable thing. As far as that, I really didn't care for the Kingpin in general anyway. I was more looking at Bullseye when I watched this to begin with. So with that being said, I did enjoy Daredevil. Give it a watch. For all you guys out there hating on Ben Affleck, please reconsider and watch this. Start with this anyway, but make sure you watch stuff like The Town and I'll show you some of the inside of this. Argo, stuff like that. Before his role in Dogma was amazing. Here's some of the inside, the disc work in here. Like I said, this is the way to go. I really enjoy his costume in this movie. I really enjoy the aspects of the blindness, the way they portrayed the blindness and the way they dealt with it. It was really good. So definitely check out Daredevil. It's actually one of the best Marvel movies pre-Avenger-ish types. It definitely blows the old Spider-Mans out of the water and stuff like that. Daredevil is one that I wish that they would do a TV series on. He is a TV type character. I think he would be amazing. I think that show would be amazing. So, with that being said, thank you for stopping by the Movie Reviewers 100. Make sure you check out everybody else this week. So far, Big Al has done Jersey Girl, and EJ has done, give me a second, Changing Lanes. And that's the only two I've got to watch so far, but I did film this a little early from my day, so I haven't seen Ray or Ian or any of them, what they've done. And make sure you stay on board for Scott's at the end so he can wrap it up and make the channel look really good. And thanks again for stopping by, guys. Later.